Is that the right word to say? Is that the right word to say, Rusty? I don't know. Rusty. Don't think.
Oh, Rusties, like cars.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ah, sorry. Yeah, that's a new school. You get me?
Is it?
Yeah, man. Cars, the movie.
Oh no, I was almost gonna remove myself. That's not.
We're
Sorry.
live. Okay, we are live.
We are
Ah,
in.
apologies.
We're live. Run the rhythm, VJ.
Oh, my face looks big, Rasta. That is so mad. Sorry about that, gents.
The grind don't stop for me, man. Know that the grind don't stop for me. The grind don't stop for me, man. Know that the grind don't stop for me. The grind don't stop for me, man. Know that the grind don't stop for me. The grind don't stop for me, come on. Know that the grind don't stop for me.
Do you know what? I'd never seen that intro before. That was new to me. I was like, "What's going on here?" And you just played something wrong. That's some muting there. But yeah, big up. That's Tiny the D on with the vocals right there. You know what I mean? Big up. Nice logo, looking fresh. Yeah, big up. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, boy.
yes, like, share, subscribe. Even though you ain't watched us yet, but just like it, just share it. You know what I mean? And I'm your host for today. I'm JR. And big up the rest of my co-hosts. Big up man like Cairo. Big up yourself.
Yes, don't trip. Back for another episode.
Don't know. Big up Rasta man. Looks like he's sitting in a Big Brother house. I don't know where you got that gold chair from, brother.
This one, this chair, yeah.
A32 in Big Brother house. Trimmer comes to the diary room.
Hey.
We did. You got trims. What's going on? Yes. Right. Man's living like he's in the Game of Thrones and that. I love that. My guy. Joffrey.
Snow.
All right, cool. Well, let's kick off with how we typically kick off, which is the score, which is a recap of the football scores that happened in the weekend. This was an FA Cup weekend. Sorry for those that weren't competing, Man United. So let's continue with some of the scores. Don't worry. I mean, BB's a boy supposed to keep you out. Yeah, they're out here. So
yeah, they're out of there as well. Don't worry about that.
People like my friend, get out of here, man. So Stoke City 1, Fulham 2, Oxford United 0, Sunderland 1. I sound like that. Remember the pools? I don't know if that's
remember that.
That's before your time there, the Cairo. I know that's before your time.
Yeah, I know the Sky Sports News thing.
Hey, listen. Pools was the original gamblers thing. It was the original gamblers
thing. No.
Yeah. But yeah.
You know the sheet, and then we do the ticking.
Yeah, bro. And then
sound experienced.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they would just be like, "Oh, let's check the scores." Like, yeah, Arsenal 4, Wigan Athletic 0, Macclesfield 0, Brentford 1. That's what it'd be like. But anyway, we're going to the next page of results because I know your boys are on there. I know your people's on there. Man City 2, Salford City 0. It was a nothing game, even though they got the goals early, and then that was it. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 3, which is interesting because Newcastle are due to play Man City soon, and they drew them in the FA Cup, which is like a part 2 revenge. After
why does that always happen? By the way,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It always happens where they like play them in the cup and then play them in the league, or vice versa, straight away, like a week apart.
Yeah,
like
but they've got them again. They've got them again, so they've also got them in the league, and they've got them in the cup. No, it's not back to back. No lethal weapon.
And they had them in the League Cup as well, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They knocked them out to go
I didn't even
the final. That's what I'm saying. Now they got them in the FA Cup, but they got them away, innit? So now Man City's going to be playing them away. So
yeah, but they had 2 legs in the Carabao semi-final, so they just won.
But the first leg was kind of tight. Like, pause. right?
Oi.
But
So-
the second was, it was just over for them straight away. It was over. But yeah, so and then Liverpool 3, Brighton 0. That was quite a convincing game. With our Liverpool supporter here, do you have anything to say about that game? How do you feel?
I actually do, and the reason why is because I went.
Oi.
It was so
Wow.
sick.
You're actually like a proper supporter in that. I love that for you, man.
This ain't just a podcast thing.
I don't.
Yeah,
No, I'm not just.
You know, some people ain't visit their stadium. You know, they've never been to the stadium.
Never been. That's
They
why.
support.
Do you know anyone like that? I don't know anyone like that. So I don't.
I know there's some guys out there that
I
talk
know.
football but can't do 10 kick-ups.
This is weird, isn't it? I know
Why
a
do you just do
lot
this?
of people that can't kick up. Can't lie. But yeah, so I went to the game. Game was dope. The atmosphere was crazy.
Good.
It was actually a last minute thing, to be fair. But shouts out Malachi. We patterned everything. So and then we flew down there, and the game was very interesting. And I can't lie, for the first 20 minutes, I was like, here we go. They are playing like they're the ones at home. We just looked average. We couldn't get out of our own half. But then, game changed. We started getting more possession. Then, what's his name? Kirk is putting a lovely cross for our old mate Curtis Jones to finish, which was sick. We also had. I was enjoying obviously watching the game, and I was enjoying more about how they were starting to get a lot more confident because, as you lot already know, it's been so fucking diabolical over the past few weeks, and that it's not funny. I don't see why you're trying to catch joke off, man. So yeah, but obviously my guy Sabozlai, who's been showing up consistently every single game, and I was happy because obviously, imagine if those games that he's been suspended for spilled into the actual into the FA Cup, that would have been bargain. But yeah, so Sabozlai scored a good goal as well, and then my old mate Mo scored a penalty. He hasn't scored since November.
What?
So now he's back on track, and I love my team, man. 3-0, Brighton.
I like it.
That's what it is. Shut up shop. What's the
The magic of the cup.
going on?
Yeah, I love that. Well, what I would say though is I think that whatever's happening is happening at the right time. It's very important that it's happening at the right time. You know, like you can go and have your bad form, and you don't want your bad form towards the end of the season. You know, you don't mind it happening mid-season because you'd be like, I can recover from this. I can put in a good run, and then I can decide where I want to be. But to have that bad form, like at the end of the season, is the wrong time to kind of fade away. So it's a good timing. But anyway, and then you have Birmingham versus Leeds, which went all the way to penalties, which is a good showing. It is a good showing. You thought that Leeds scored first and Birmingham were going to fade away. Cool. And then Wolves got the vengeance for Man United against Grimsby Town, winning that game 1-0. All right. So now for me, I think like most of the games were games that were games that we expected people to win. So Chelsea, you won your game 4-0.
Wow.
And then I saw that Wrexham won as well, which was a very, very interesting result. And then you've also got them in the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's very interesting about that is the come up of Wrexham. Now, Chelsea should destroy Wrexham. But we know this is the magic of the FA Cup. But most games were games that were people expected to win. The upsets, I would say, were Burnley against Mansfield because they lost 2-1. And they are in the Premier League. And realistically, even though they're towards the bottom, they should be doing better against Mansfield. And then I'd say Wrexham Ipswich was was made sense. They're both in the Championship. West Ham Burton was 1-0, which should have been a bit better.
It went extra time though.
What's that?
That Burton West Ham game went to extra time.
Yeah, but I mean, like it should have been. It should have been. I think was it not Somerville who scored their goal?
Yeah, Somerville scored
Somerville, yeah,
in extra time. Yeah,
that should be a foregone conclusion, really. But who do you think is the dark horse of the FA Cup? I think personally, I don't see Arsenal winning all four. Like I said, I think we'll win 2 cups this season. But who do you think the dark horse is, or the team that we should kind of expect to go far or potentially win?
I think that the mid-level Prem teams, because obviously it's always great to say like the top 6 teams, but that's just a foregone conclusion. I say the mid-level Prem teams are always the ones that have a shout, like the Fulhams, for example, where they do well, they know how to get a result, but they might not do it on a consistent basis. So like those sorts of teams, the Fulhams, and even West Ham now, like they're picking up some real form. Like in these cup competitions, in these knockout football games, yeah. Like we're West Ham's biggest fans of recent on the pod, but now they're doing all right.
Do you think that Sunderland could possibly be a dark horse? Because they
Yeah.
have been playing really good football. So,
But Sunderland play well at home. So if they get to be at home a lot, then you
yeah.
can expect them to go far. If they have to play away and win games, might be tough.
Okay. Where do you think Chelsea are going to finish?
What in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
I want to win it. I think we can win it because again, we're like the top 6 version of all those clubs that I was just talking about. In the cup competitions that you just need to win one game, we can do that. Having consistency, I don't know about that.
Something.
Even though-
Okay. So does that mean you're going to win it? Like you didn't really answer the question.
Yeah,
So you think
yeah.
you're gonna win?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nice. What you're a Liverpool fan, Trevor. Where do you think you're going to finish?
I'd love to be able to. If we could get, I'd love to be able to win it. I don't feel confident enough to say that it is a possibility. I'd love to. That would be the best in the whole wide world, considering the season that we're currently having. But semis, maybe quarter semis, in between there. I think the finals are stretch.
Why?
Because of not, we don't have much choice. We don't have much options up front. Well, we kind of do, but we don't. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to be able to say that. Well, I don't know. This is how Liverpool are making me feel, where I can't even say what I want to say. That's where I'm at right now. So, who knows? But and also as well, the confidence. The team can go to the finals. The team can win it. But it's. I feel like with Slot there, I don't have that type of confidence regarding anything. I don't even know how realistic it is that we're gonna. I know we're talking about the FA Cup, but even get top 4 because he just has that clueless expression on his face, like it's mad.
Sorry.
Now, man's allergic to Slot, boy.
Yeah,
that's what it was, bro. All that talk just made me allergic, bro. Just made
yeah, that's it.
But my question is so give me a summary of where you think you're going to finish in all competitions then, like, because like in the Premier League, you're not in the top 4, but you're there and thereabouts, right? Yeah. You're in the FA Cup, you're in the Champions League. So those are the 3 competitions you're in.
Yeah,
Summarize, where do you think you're going to finish in all of these competitions?
I think in Europe we're probably more likely to get to the final. I think
Granted.
I think we could win it. I think we could win the Champions League. That's the one thing that I think we could. I think that's the one thing that the team would decide to take things into their own hands as opposed to the instructions of Slot. You get
He's
what I'm
not
saying?
rating Slot one bit.
But do you know what? He made that happen. He made that situation, and it was and the thing that was, it wasn't so much his actions, but it was his body language. Slot's body language when things are going wrong is a mad one. So that's the thing that I read into way more than the stupidness that he says in the press conferences and all of that stuff and the excuses, which I've never been big on anyway. So, but yeah, so Champions League, I think if we could win now, the probability is higher in the Champions League than anything else. FA Cup, quarters, semis is stretch, final, not sure. League, top. I think where we are, maybe top 5. I think
That might be enough though to get Champions League again, isn't it? If they get enough.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
With the success of the actual
English clubs.
I think that's 100%, 100% the situation. So we'll see how it goes. But
I still don't understand what you're saying to me, Timo. It feels like you're not very sure about where you're going to finish.
I said in the league, I said that I think that we would finish because we're already in that area, that 6th, 5th kind of situation. So I think, and like Kyra mentioned, that we could still get next year's Champions League for the. I don't know.
So wait, so you think you're going to finish top 5?
I'd say top 5. Yeah, I think we could do that.
Cool.
Write it down.
So you're going to be top 5. No, that's fine. We can.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying so that if we do fall short, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But
it's recorded. This is recorded.
Yeah.
But so whatever we say, like I might say win trophies and we win 0, and they'll be like, remember, I can point back to this. You know,
that's not like us.
And someone might say, "Oh, you're winning 0 trophies and we win 3."
Yeah.
I can be like, "Oh, I can point back to this." But again, like this is just predictions. None of us hold this. Like we don't know the future. But I'm just saying, where do you think? So you're saying top 5, and in Champions League, where you're going to be? How far you think?
In the Champions League, I think that like I said, the probability of winning it is far higher than than coming top 4 in the league, okay, or winning the FA Cup or getting into the semis. So that was what I said. What about Arsenal? What do you think? How do you feel about?
So in the FA Cup, you think you can make it to the final?
FA Cup? You're not listening. Kyra, what did I say?
Champions League. He said Champions League. He thinks he can make them. That he can make it to the final.
Yeah. I'm saying you said you can get top 5 for the league. Champions League, you think is the most likely cup you can win, and the FA Cup.
And the FA Cup, I think quarters. Not only that, but I think as well, because we're going to be focusing, or I think it's important to focus on either the Champions League or the league to be getting better results. Is it worth trying hard in the FA Cup? I don't think so. Personally, I think we're more interested in. I think that the focus for myself would be to do better in the. I think it would be important for us to do better in going for
the league.
Yeah, 100%. We don't have to focus on the FA Cup. I don't think it's worth it.
Okay, cool. And what about you, Cairo? Where do you think your boys will finish?
I think, again, I think we get top 4 even through our instability. I think Villa will start dropping points as well. So I feel like it might be a bit easier to even get top four. Um, but I think that, yeah, top four, I think we'll win the FA Cup. I think it's about time. Like we've been getting close in a lot of these cups, and it hasn't really been like us to not get over the line. But then again, we won the Club World Cup and the Conference
Oh,
League.
yeah.
As much as people diss it, don't matter. Still won it, got over the line, had to beat the best team in the world, so they say. And we had to beat the champions of Europe, so that was good. And then yeah, but there's been a few FA Cup finals that we know. There was a season when we played Liverpool in the FA Cup final, we lost. Played them in the Carabao Cup final and lost. We played Arsenal in the FA Cup final. I think that was Arteta's only trophy and lost as well. So it's like, why we keep getting close and not winning? So I feel like now with the team that we built in a final, when we play our strongest team, we have more of a chance. So I think we'll win the FA Cup. If we get favourable draws, especially like Wrexham, if we get Wrexham, I expect us to beat Wrexham. The round after, again, we get into like quarters, semis, I think we'll be okay. Especially one legs. Once the boys get to Wembley and that, I think they'll start feeling the occasion. Yeah, man, I think we're there. Champions League, I see quarters, maybe semis if we get a favourable draw because we finished quite high in the top eight, so that was good. Um, what's that other competition? Oh yeah, Carabao, we're out. So yeah,
And
Cool.
what about Arsenal? Because I think because they're the men at the moment, pause, I think that would be quite interesting to find out what your thoughts are on it. Because
also the FA Cup Kings. That's what they do. That's why they sponsor the
how
competition.
many times
You know
have
what
they
I'm
won?
saying?
Was it
Whoa,
14?
whoa, whoa. We're not at the FA Cup Kings,
You are.
What do you
right? Not
mean?
recently.
No
Not
one else has
recently.
done it as many times as you guys. So
Yeah, but
you're
recently
not.
we've not been in it. We're not getting past. We're not getting past the fifth round. That's what I'm saying. Like it's we because like our last three opponents have been like in at this stage in the Premier League. Like the Premier League, we've had Man City twice at this stage. And I'm like, cool, blimey. Like it's always like we're not prepared. And if we want to go the
Yeah.
distance, we don't have the squad to kind of
But
to let it go.
true say, you lot used to be shook at them, innit? But now you lot ain't shook at them, so you should be all right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what you say. But what I'm saying is that
That's what
the
Rodri
Premier
said.
League, you're not Rodri, bro.
That's what I'm
So
saying. That's what he said, not what I said.
yeah, but you're saying that we were shook at them. I'm not. I don't believe we were shook at them.
I'm just listening to the player that was in the game, innit? Not what you're saying.
Okay. So did you listen
You
to anything? So if you're listening to what Rodri says, then you also listen to him when he complains about all the stuff that didn't go his way. Do you agree with him then?
Yeah, when Mark Gahey got fouled and he said it should have been a foul. Yeah, I agree with that as well.
You know,
No,
I
what
don't.
he said, but what he said was that actually he believes that the referees don't want them to win, and it's like they're playing against
Is
him.
that
Do you
what he
believe
said?
that? Yeah, he said, yeah, we've won a lot of times, and they don't want us to win. So do
They
you
want
believe him
Arsenal
then?
to win.
I don't think you can get away
Huh?
with saying that.
Maybe
Can
He
maybe
didn't.
he's one of the.
He's
He
been
got
held.
fined.
Exactly, he's been held to
Yeah,
it. So,
but he
do
might
you
be.
believe him? Are you gonna back everything he says? Is Rodri all of a sudden your god or something? Why are
No,
you?
I'm just saying. Me
Oh,
and
okay,
Rodri had the same views on that particular subject.
oh,
I
fair
think
enough, fair enough. And I don't agree, but continue. Yeah, what was you gonna say,
I,
Trim?
I think Rodri's hard done by when Havertz mashed him up and took him out. I think that was. I think he never ever got over that game because it was such an unnecessary to go backwards, but it was such an unnecessary foul, and it took him out, and it actually changed the league. I don't know.
Well, first of all, it wasn't Havertz that fouled him. Okay, so we'll go from there. He
That's
never
a,
came up. It was Partey, right? And he never
yeah,
came
but
back.
you know
Ooh,
what he does to
And he didn't
people?
say
He's
anything
bad,
of
but
right.
he
It
does
was
horrible
it
things
was
to women.
it was
Sorry.
deliberate. Oh, thought it was deliberate. So let's not go
allegedly.
there. No one's
Yeah.
trying to permanently change anyone's career. Like so, fair
It's
enough.
serious.
He's Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He's top guy, so he can come back and do his thing. He's not done what he did before. Van Dijk had an ACL. He came back and he was fantastic. So that's just on him. It's not necessarily the injury. Some people come back, some people don't, innit?
So are you saying that he's performing anything close to what he did?
I didn't say that.
You said he's back and he's playing fantastic.
No, that's not what I said. I said Van Dijk had an ACL. He came back and played fantastic.
He didn't play.
I'm saying that he's come back and maybe he's not on the same level, but he's playing well. He's just not Rodri.
Kyrie, do you think
Rodri won before?
What's your thoughts on how Rodri's playing at the moment? Do you think he's anything or just?
Here's my fraud watch last week. Check the tapes.
That's what
I'm saying. I don't think Rodri's playing badly each game. He's just not the same levels as Rodri was before. So what it means is, it's like saying if someone played 10 out of 10 every game and now they play 8 out of 10, they're not the same, right? But it doesn't mean that they're horrible, but they're just not as good as they used to be. But if you're talking about who's the best DM at their club, it's still Rodri. He's still the best DM. It's not like he's fallen off. You got to play someone else in that position. No, he's still there, right? And again, remember, this is his first, few months back from an ACL and playing regular football. So it is going to take him time to adjust. But anyway, we digress because you asked me a question and then you tried to attack me, Cairo, and then I'm just going to come back and talk about anything. We know about the slide dates, yeah? But anyway, so I believe that Arsenal will win the Prem.
Okay.
I think we'll win the Prem.
Yeah.
I think we won't. I don't think we'll win Champions League. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll get through to the quarters or
can I ask why
and then get knocked out.
Sorry, go on, finish. It's my bad. It's me. I was asking.
So the reason why I feel like that. Sorry. Okay. Well, the reason why I feel like that is because I don't think that any team can compete on 4 fronts for that long and keep up that same level. And the only teams that have come close to it have had like get out of jail players in their team. And I don't think we've got get out of jail players in our team. So it means if we're not playing well, we struggle, right? Whereas a Man City might not play really well, but Haaland needs a chance and he buried it before us. De Bruyne, Haaland, Aguero, Alvarez at a period of time. Like,
you man got players, bruv. You man are top of the league for a reason, bruv.
But the thing is,
for some reason, Havertz for some reason is able to get that. You get that out of him. Who's the other?
He's
injured.
And Havertz has got experience. He's got experience in winning the Champions League.
Injury?
Are you crazy? How bad is that injury? Are you crazy? He's been injured for the majority of the season, right? He came back, played, performed, and got injured again. We don't have those
new injury. How bad is this new injury?
Well, he missed Wigan. He's missing Wolves, and he may or may not make it for the next game, right? So that means he's going to miss 2 to 3 games.
14 games left.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you can't rely on someone who's come back from injury and then got injured again, and come back from injury and got injured again. We can't say he's our get out of jail when we're trying to get him out of the physio room. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we can't.
True. That's like Saka as well. He's had them injury issues, so he would be another get out of jail, I'd say, for you lot. But
if Saka
been
was
injured
fit,
a lot recently.
Exactly. If he was fit consistently, I think like he wouldn't have had those gaps where he hasn't scored for so many games, right? Because his injury issues are being on and off. It was 15 games he didn't score for, right? But he scored tonight, right? But the point is that he was that guy that every last season, the season before, if we needed someone to come up with the goods, he would do something. But he just not done it this season. And I think that we are where we are because we're a robust unit which manages to grind out games and win games, not because we're always convincing, even though we will have the highest possession and will be closer to their goal, but we're just not creating enough of convincing chances where we should be ahead. It's just like, oh, we created a few chances and one of them we took. The other one we just created a scramble which caused an own goal. Or do you know what I mean? Like this is where we're winning games, we're grinding out games, but it's not always convincing. That's why I don't think we can compete on four fronts. When you're competing on four fronts, you need to be killer, especially early on in the game. So it means the rest of the game, you can just kind of see out. You can manage.
Coast. Yeah, for sure.
Manage, but I don't. That's why I don't think we can do it. That's why I feel like in the competitions that we are already ahead in, like not Champions League, but in Premier League, Carabao Cup, I feel like, okay, cool. We will fight to the death to win those things. But when it comes to the FA Cup, we still got a few rounds to go. When it comes to Champions League, like we're playing against the best teams and we have no choice as to who we play. Like, so it is a bit more difficult. That's why I feel like Carabao Cup, Premier League is what we'll get, and FA Cup and Champions League is, I don't know.
Yeah. I did think the get out of jail free. I agree with the rest of it. I just don't think you got out the jail free players. I think you do. I genuinely think you do. Like Gabriel.
All right, cool. Let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool. Who are the get out of jail players?
I think they have less.
Yeah, we do definitely have less.
Okay, so Szoboszlai, go on.
Get out of jail. Szoboszlai. I would
Ekitike. That's it. In my
opinion. Yeah, Ekitike.
Only two.
And it looks like Verts, but no.
It's not. No, it can't be. Not yet.
But I respect that. I respect that because he's going to be a problem. When it clicks and he gets it, and they get him, it's all right. And I'd like to see more minutes for our young lad, Rio and Gamora, because when I was at the game, and then he came on, and within God knows how long, man put the ball in the back of the net, and he wasn't offside. And he made, I'm not even going to get into the whatever.
Technicalities.
But the technicalities. But I just thought to myself, this needs more minutes, because what I just saw there was ridiculous.
Like Cobham.
So I'm gonna pull you up on what you're saying. So first of all, right?
Thank you for wanting to pull me up.
First of all, how dare you, right? How dare you? How dare you leave out Salah, right? How dare you leave out Salah? Salah has been your get out of jail for 8 seasons, and he's not had a great season. But to not put him as a get out of jail is madness. Is madness.
I can only go with what he has shown this season, and we're talking about this season. Otherwise, if we were speaking about get out of jail,
TK, how many goals has he scored in his last 7 games?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
He scored 2. That was in 1 game, and in 6 games, blank. No assist, no goal. That's not get out of jail.
Okay.
Is that most dangerous player?
So
he's a
Szoboszlai is the get out of jail, because in those moments when you needed a goal, you needed something. He stepped up.
Okay, that's fine. Then. That means they only got one. That means they only got one jail free.
Yeah.
That means they only got one.
Cool. All right. So all the seasons when you were actually challenging and winning, you had get out jails, right? And that was the reason why you were there. Whereas Arsenal, right? For me, our get out of jail, personally, was Saka, right? Was right, and was right, and was Gabriel. Was. Yeah, he's not scored for time. I'm just saying, you see, like Salah used to be your get out of jail. I'm saying Gabriel, first half of the season, bang, header. How many goals has he scored from corners? Tell me he scored in the last 4 months.
Nah, he is definitely he is a get out of jail.
Tell me.
And Declan Rice as well, because free kicks.
Yeah, he takes the best.
When's the last time he scored a free kick, bro?
I don't remember.
Exactly. So why does he get out of jail?
So does
Obviously,
it
I
have?
do remember. Obviously,
does
I
it
do
have-
Why
remember.
does he get out of
Does
jail?
get out,
Because the thing
does
is,
get out of jail?
no,
So does
no.
get out of jail? Does get out of jail mean only goals?
Okay, cool.
No,
We're
there's
talking about
players. There's players. Yeah,
yeah.
get
I'm
out
talking
of
about goals
jail
here. I'm talking
doesn't
about
mean
goals
they
here.
score all the time,
No,
though.
it, does,
Right, I'm
no,
talking
it
about
doesn't
goals
mean
here.
they
Do you know what?
score.
Do you
It
know why
doesn't
I'm talking
even mean
about
that they
goals here?
score. It doesn't
Do you know
even
why?
mean that they
Do
score.
you know why I'm talking about goals here? Right, I'm talking
Why?
about goals because the reason why you win championships, right,
Yeah.
is in front of goal, right? Not simply your defense. It's the team that scores the most typically is in the top three and wins typically. So it's not your defense that wins. Your defense will save games, and it's your attack that will win them. So what I'm saying is defensively, we're fine. We don't concede a lot of goals, right? Man
No.
United, first time we scored 3 goals in 2 seasons. That's not our problem. Our problem is finishing off games. We can't finish them off.
But
Like
you've won so
why
many. So
that, that is why
I
we
disagree.
struggle.
I
That is
disagree.
why we struggle. We
I
struggle.
disagree.
And that's why I'm saying that against, like, we can't do it with the same intensity for that long because we can't finish off games. It's easy if you've got a striker, right, or someone, a winger or whatever, and you win. It takes the pressure off the defenders, right? It means that even if like you're not performing well, you can win a game. But we're not doing that, right? And for reference, Gabriel has scored 2 goals, right, since September. In fact, he scored 3 goals this season in the Premier League. 2, right? One was in on the 30th of December, and one was on the 3rd of February, and the 3rd of January, and that's all he scored since September. Which was, and then that goal that you were thinking of in September was against Newcastle. He's not my get out of jail, and he missed 5 games in the Prem. So either way, when I
But
talk about
that's
get
a
out of jail,
reason. That's 5 extra games where he could have scored,
oh
but he
yeah,
didn't
we're
because he was
speculating
injured.
now. Speculating,
The only
right?
other
But
thing, the only other thing that I'm concerned about when we talk about get out of jail is that there's other people involved in this whole situation. So if you've got a player that puts the ball in like Rice, or I'm pretty sure he's quite high in assists, is he not? But there's other players that assist the team, because if you're saying that you're not finishing off games and all of that, how do you play? I don't know, how many games is it? 33, but you've won 18? Is it 18 games you've won? One.
what,
Not
in the
drawn.
Prem?
Yeah, you've won. How many games have you won?
In the
Yeah.
Prem, we've played 27 games, won 18 games.
Okay, Champions League. You've won all
In
your
Champions
games.
League, we won all our games.
All of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
but the difference is that you can't compare the Champions League because in the Champions League,
FA Cup, you have to
play
win
low
to get
block.
to the next.
We don't
FA
play
Cup,
low
you have-
blocks. In Champions, you don't play low blocks. Everyone's coming for you, and that's fine because we can go around that. They give us time. When it comes to unlocking a low block, we struggle. We struggle. We don't know what to do. We don't know
But
what to
top,
do.
though.
Is that because of the players that you've got? So, for example, Eze, Odegaard. Who else do you have that play? I like Trossard personally. I think Trossard might even be a get out of jail because of how he plays, and
He was.
Yeah,
Trossard was our get out of jail last season. Saka was our get out of jail last season, right?
Yeah.
And those are the reasons that we could go so far, right? You need a get out of jail. Like the get out of jail.
What did you win?
What's that?
What did you lot win though? You got all of these get out of jail
No,
players
but the
last season and what?
But the point is
But now you're
my
winning, you
point
don't have
as
guards.
to why we won't do the 4. The reason
Yeah.
we can't do the 4 trophies is because the
Yeah.
squad isn't big enough to do the squad.
No,
the 4
whoa.
No. One second. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, right? Listen. The squad isn't big enough and in depth of quality because Madueke fills in the void, but he's not that level, right? So it means that if we have a player that's out for time, he's not going to replace the goals. He's not going to replace the assists. As we've seen, he scored his first goals in the Premier League in February. First goals.
I swear,
right?
just read.
What do you mean? But what I'm saying is, right, is if we're looking for a backup, we're looking for a replacement. You can't have someone that has scored 2 goals in the Premier League from the wing, and you're coming on nearly every game. You miss about 3 games. You're coming on nearly every game, bro. So what I'm saying is you can't do that, and you can't do it when you're not killing off games and able to rest your players. It's like you might have enough players, but if the players that are coming on ain't killing off the games either, and you're still working hard, your defense is still working hard, you're having to play all your best players all the time, it won't work. It won't work. That's why I don't believe we will win 4. Like, you can't tell me that the teams that have won trebles, they've had like amazing teams, and their squad isn't even massively deep, right? But they've had special players in their first team. Special. The alternative was Man City. Cool. They had a bad boy. 2 teams. They had 2 teams. But Chelsea had 2 teams, and they didn't do the treble. But the thing is you have to understand the teams have been better than Arsenal before and not being able to do it. So why is that pressure on us, even just because we got a few extra players? The quality is at the level.
Wait. The pressure's on you because you're in all 4. That's
and
you should be happy to have
well.
Cool. All right, let me go this. All right, put like this. One sec.
Arsenal, what?
Is there pressure on you to do a double then? You're in 3 competitions. Why is there no pressure on you to do a double?
There is.
There's no pressure. Well, have you even mentioned that we're going to do a double?
You're top of the league.
I'm not
Champions League.
Won
every game.
Cool.
I'm baffled. I don't know how
you were informed. You hadn't lost the game. You were the only team to not have lost the game in 10 games. The only team. So you were informed. Where's the conversation about you being in for the double? You're not going to focus on the Prem. You're going to do the double. You're going to do FA Cup. You're going to do Champions League. Where's that conversation?
Yeah, but they're 5th.
We all finished top 8.
First.
I hear that. I
think we can start.
Why is there no confidence in you?
What you're saying, but no one's thinking this about Liverpool. That's not because it's
no,
not.
But that's what I'm saying. Why?
Because you're first.
No. You keep talking about the Premier League, right?
No,
I said, listen.
You said,
all right. So let's take
let's
take the Premier League out of it. Yeah, let's take the Premier League out of it. You can only get the treble. That's the reason why we're talking about 4, because it's all of the actual competitions you are in.
And they've won in all of them.
Hold on. Didn't we do this when Liverpool were in all of the competitions? I'm pretty sure.
They said quadruple. They were saying quadruple, bro.
Exactly. Why didn't you win the quadruple? Why didn't you win the quadruple?
We was in 4 until 2 weeks left. So you shouldn't.
Yeah, so why didn't you win the quadruple?
Don't be upset about it.
I'm not upset about this. Listen, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah,
I'm asking you a question. 2 questions. 1, why didn't you win the quadruple? And 2, you said that you could win Champions League. That's the most likely. And FA Cup, if you get a good run, right, between you two, right, there's a chance you win it. You said, Cairo, you're club world champions, and you got to get the job done. And if you get further enough, then you get the job done. Why are you not saying there's a possibility of you winning the double? I said, look, we're in 4 competitions. I think we'll only win 2, and you're like, not too sure. Why are you not sure about things that you've actually overachieved rather than us?
We're gonna win the FA Cup. I said that.
Yeah, I said we're not a double.
Well, why should we get a double? We are 4th.
Why not?
4th in the league. We are 4th in the league. You are 1st in the league. You are 1st in the Champions League. You are in the final of the Carabao Cup. I don't understand why there's confusion here.
You've got Steve, right? You've got
Champions League. Steve.
You've got the.
We don't. No, we don't have Champions League experience. We don't. We don't. They're not here. The players that were there, they're not in the squad. They don't. The club has won it twice, but only Reece James has won it in the whole squad.
Okay.
So they don't have experience. They have experience of nothing.
Okay, cool. So you have the experience of winning the Club World Cup. makes you the best team in the world, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're the best team in the world in the same competition, but you're not talking like that. Why not?
But that's what I'm saying. That makes Liverpool the best team in England.
They are. They are. Do you not
But
understand? If you win the Premier League, you're the best team.
Currently, right now, it's you
Yeah,
because you're top.
but like Sabozlai said, right? You're the champions until you lose the league, innit? Like, I'm currently they're still the champions. So what do you mean?
You Arsenal are. I don't know how to put it like simpler terms. Arsenal are top of the league. They are top of the Champions League of winning every game. I've just watched you lot beat my club to get to the Carabao Cup final. Why? I'm very confused as to why there is not pressure on you to win. There is because you are doing
I'm
so
not saying
well.
this. I'm not saying there shouldn't be pressure on me. I'm not saying there shouldn't be pressure on Arsenal. I'm asking why you don't have any pressure or any thoughts to say we can win the FA Cup and we can win the Champions League.
No, I don't think we're going to
And
win the
Arsenal's
Champions League.
drawing 2-2
I know
in the
that.
Premier League.
Have an
My
opinion of
goodness.
I think
vexed.
you asked the question,
I
and the
can't continue
question is
this.
based on their opinion and how you feel about your actual team. And if you don't think that the possibility is there, then I think you should. I think that should be accepted. And you can question it, but how many times can you question it? Because it's been multiple.
Sorry, I can't concentrate. It was 2-2 against Wolves.
All right. Oh my gosh.
No.
But the funniest thing about all of this, if I'm being totally honest with you,
And you're going to see match winners.
Wait.
Just
That's
wait.
what I was about to say.
That's
And
what
it will happen. How long have you got left for the game?
How long?
It's done. It's done. It's basically done.
No, it's not.
That's what we said last time you played Wolves, and then what happened?
And then it's gone.
Brother, it's
I
93
remember
minutes. What are you talking about?
I was in Jamaica
No,
fuming. I was in Jamaica
it's
fuming.
93
I remember.
It's 93 minutes. It's 2-2. We're winning 2-1. What's going on?
There's still time. It's not done. It's not done. I've seen this story before. I saw this story.
It's never done. What happened against Liverpool?
It's a head loss right now. Head loss. Where's our match winners gone? No one to save the day. Head loss. It's not funny. It's not funny.
I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny.
Even with a draw, you're still top.
I don't even think it's funny. It's crazy. It's
conversation stays the same. Even if you draw, the conversation is still the same. It's still top. And you're still in the Carabao Cup final, and you're still top of the Champions League.
And yeah.
And it was an own goal.
And remember,
oh my God,
this isn't Man City of 2 years ago or 3 years ago. This is not the same Man City. They will drop points. Just like how you lot have dropped points today in the next minute or whatever. I'm not sure. I think
it's true. That I agree with that as well.
So it's not the same Man City. So when we talk about like pressure, no, relax, stay composed. We don't want you to get upset. We just want you to listen. It's time to listen because you was talking a bag of talk just a minute ago.
No, listen. Like I said, I'm not changing what I said. I'm not changing. I'm not changing. But this is why I'm saying, right? We didn't. The reason why I don't think we'll win all four was simply because I don't think we've got those match winners, and that's what happens. And I said we struggle against low blocks. I literally said it on this pod now.
So you've been watching the game, and you can say that it was a low block.
It's not a low block. They were losing. They were 2-1 down. They had to go for it, and they went for it, and they scored. What the hell? That's not a low block.
No. Bro, I've seen him saying a low block the whole time. What happened is, right?
You lot have got the best defense. So I think that you have
when did I say that? I said, look, I'm not worried about my defense.
Sorry, you said that you don't concede.
And I said we've not conceded more than 3 in 2 years, right? I said we cannot kill off games. That is exactly what I said. And we was 2-1 up, and we have chances, and you don't score. And then guess what? 2-2. That's what I said.
Desmond, sorry.
Well, the game's not done.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
The game's done. Don't talk to me about the game's not done. Anyway, let's move on to Fraud Watch. I'm done. Let's move on to Fraud Watch.
So you're going to be able to... All right, cool. All right. Well, I'm sorry that you are, you know, where what I
Fraud
just
watch. Who would like to go for? Who would like to go first for fraud watch?
please,
Whoa.
just relax. Wait, relax.
Stop it. Cut it out.
Fraud Watch.
Relax.
Cairo, you look like you got a lot to say. You could start. You could start the fraud watch. All right, Cairo's laughing. He don't know what's going on with him. Trim, you can start. You can start the fraud watch.
Okay, fraud watch with me because I went to the game and I watched this guy again. Just in
Oh, there's no way. Back to back, surely not.
yeah, Cody Gakpo. I call him.
Bro.
Yeah, he is bugging. He is bugging. And the reason why I say that is because he let, hear me out, you get me? Because 2-2s, nah, that's wrong.
Two twos now.
What I'm saying is, a defender runs down the wing, puts in a cross. Jones scores the goal. We also had Rio and Gamoa come on within, 10 minutes. First touch, takes the ball inside, which is what he does, and finishes. So I just want to know, why can't we give Rio the minutes that they give Gakpo? You get me? Just please, let's try a thing. You get what I'm saying? Because this youth is what JR would call, what's the term, Kai? What's the thing? Get out of jail. Get out of jail. You get what I'm saying? So, I would like for that young man to get his flowers because he needs more minutes. Cody Gakpo needs to go and sit down on the bench and relax. And that is my fraud watch for today. JR, what is your fraud watch? Because Cairo's still laughing at me. What's the
my fraud watch? Is Jokeris. Jokeris on my fraud watch again.
How? Because of today, or because he scored? Didn't he? No, did he score in the last games when
he scored in the last game?
And a bad man goal. So how come Jokeris when? Because remember, we ain't watched the Arsenal game and you have. So I just want to know what it's based on.
Nah, it's gotta be. It can't be. It can't be the striker. You lot was 2-0 up today. It can't be.
It has to be defense. It has to be that leaky defense because you guys should have definitely patterned today. Why? I swear it's Wolves. You played Wolves.
Bottom of the league. They got it. So you know what? Beating Wolves ain't for everyone. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things that is just, you get me? They got lucky the first time, and then the second time they weren't so lucky.
There's still time.
There ain't.
The game's done. But anyway, what does that look like? Who has City got next, by the way?
I feel like they got Newcastle or something like that.
Oh, it'd be so great if they had Wolves. It'd be so great.
They
win 6-0. You know,
they got Newcastle next.
Yeah,
okay, that's a tough game.
They got Newcastle and then they got Leeds away.
Again, that's tough.
It is away. Oh yeah, away it is.
Yeah, away.
Anyway, I'm just vexed.
So what's your fault?
Okay, cool. Do you know what it is? If my thing is right, is Jokeris did not score in his last game, and he came on against Wigan. He did not score. Famously, he got zero.
The Prem game. Sorry, I got confused.
Zero successful passes.
He was lying down on the floor and kicked
Zero successful passes in his last game. Right, he comes on and plays for Wolves. Right, and I'm like, bro, this is meant to be your cash money. You know, the lower league teams or the bottom of the league teams, and nothing. And for me, I'm just kind of getting frustrated. I would say I'm not putting my defense in there yet, but next week, if we do another one of these, it's definitely for a watch. I think like one of the goals, I didn't see the last goal, obviously, but I saw one of the goals, and yeah, Like it was a bit of a ripper. It was a good goal, and I'm like, why do we keep conceding like very good goals? Like the last time we played Wolves, that you scored a banger, and I'm like, oh blimey, like it feels like the only way that most of these teams are scoring is like very good goals. So I don't
Yeah.
feel like my defense is wholly to blame when they're scoring screamers against us. But like I said,
Yeah.
we create chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, and we don't finish. Earlier on, I was going to give it to Martinelli because I
Oh,
saw
the ostrich.
Martinelli right in front of goal, right? Anyway, I'm done.
Mate,
I
it
think
Someone,
happens to the best
no,
of
someone,
us,
don't be
man.
like that. Don't be like that because
no,
tomorrow's
someone
another
can
The,
ask
day.
me about
the
fraud
viewers
watch.
want to
Tomorrow's another
know.
day.
The
And
viewers
you
want
get
to know. Stop
I
thinking
already
about
said it in
yourself.
Joker, did it? Like anyway,
Stop.
moving on.
but you're saying that, and he's your top goal scorer, so that's a bit mad. How can
That is
he
That's
true
be?
as
got nothing
well.
to do with
How
it.
can he
That's
be
got
your
nothing to
top?
do with it. That's got nothing to do it because
Yes,
if
it
you
does.
said, "Oh, Ekitike is in my fraud watch because he didn't score for 5 games, even though he's your top goal scorer," you'd be like, "Ah, that's fine." But if you said someone, "Oh, he's done really well," or hasn't scored, but he's been playing well, I'd be like, "Why isn't he in the fraud watch? He hasn't scored." That's my opinion. I think that Joker is in the fraud watch because he can score some goals, but he's not a good player. He's not a good player. So if he ain't scoring
What is that?
goals, he's just
Yeah.
working hard. I don't need that, bro.
What do you
You know,
need then? Because so then shouldn't
and
you be speaking
he
about?
brought him
So
to
why
score
don't you
goals.
just all right? Fraud watch is Arsenal. Can fraud watch be Arsenal? Because all your other players haven't done better than the person that you're putting up on show on blast. No one scored more than him. Things got Zubimendi's got 5 or something like that. But everybody for
That's a
Arsenal,
lot.
it's wild. I don't
I
get it.
didn't think you had fun. That's a lot. That's good.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Braille because obviously he does play like he wears tight jeans. But at the same time,
See?
it's like to
You
be
see?
able to
What?
he does. He's not a good footballer, but
Scores. Haaland ain't a good footballer. He
Haaland's not.
scores a
Thank
mega
you.
goals.
He's a dead footballer.
But
I've seen him.
but
He's
but
got
he's an
mental.
excellent striker. And that's what I'm saying. Like you either have to be a banging footballer, right? There's players that are banging
I
footballers
think Joker
and they're
might
not
be a better
productive,
footballer.
right? And they're not productive. If you're not that guy, be productive. And he's not productive. That's what I'm saying. Like we
8
brought you
goals
to
says
score
that
loads of
he's
goals.
more productive than any other player that you've got. Would you
You're
argue and
not.
say that Gabriel Martinelli is a better footballer than what's his name? Than Vicky?
Gyökeres.
Yeah. Would you say that Martinelli is a better player? Would you say that
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus is a better football player? So you
Yeah.
want better football
Gabriel
players,
Jesus
but
definitely
no
is.
one
But
scored more than him. I don't think he's the guy to have a go at, if I'm being honest.
I'm having a go at him. Why are you telling me who I can have a go at?
I'm
Who are you
allowed
telling me
to
I
have
can
an opinion on it. You had an
who
opinion.
I can have a go at? Like, I've already said that's my fraud watch. Like I'm not gonna change my answer, you know.
Yeah, based on your defense.
And if he's Chris Tarrant asking me, are you
Was
sure?
he the one
I'm
that
taking
did
the answer.
not make the tackle for them to score to the second goal on the 2-2? Was he the?
and the
What's that?
Desmond.
No, he wasn't the person that didn't make that. He got subbed off because he was not doing his job.
All right, cool.
So anyway, who
Yeah, so we've done all of that.
you got
So
fraud
we're-
watch?
Whoa. Is that me?
Cairo. Who you got?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I had a lag there. I think.
Yeah, same.
My fraud watch. I would really love to like give it to an Arsenal player right now, but I think that'd be very unfair because I didn't watch the game. So I am gonna stick to my guns and I'm gonna give it to Liam Delap, and that's because he got 3 assists against Hull, but he had a horrible performance and got 3 assists. I was like, I don't know how you scammed everyone, but he's come out of the game with 3 assists, but he's horrible. He played so bad.
How do you justify that with 3 assists? I'm sorry.
Exactly, nah, man, it was so bad. Like his performance was bad. His performance was so bad, but he got 3 assists, and that's more of a fraud to me. Like you're getting away with something you don't deserve. So that's why I give it to
Oh,
him. But
come on. Let's be. There are. I know life's not fair because I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I'm on Instagram and I see one guy shouting at his youth saying, "Don't ever you say that life's not fair."
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. That was
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Like, and it
Who
wasn't.
told you life was fair?
Yeah,
Did I
who
tell
told
you
you
that?
life was fair? You stopped, and that's why your brother tackled you. You
Yeah.
get me? But anyway, but yeah, sir, and I've lost it. But at the end of the day, like I just think it's unfair where we're saying that players that are performing are in the fraud watch. If what's his name? If Gakpo had got 3 assists, I would not be choosing him as that. The
But it's
guy,
just not. It's a season's worth of work that I'm looking at for this Liam Delap one. Some of them are week to week. This one
okay,
is more season based.
okay, yeah.
He's
Oh, he's built it up. He's built up tokens.
yeah. There's been a case
Wow.
file. Yeah, I've got a Rico case building. Yeah, and the thing is, yeah,
Oh,
I had high expectations. Do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying? So he actually underwhelmed me, and I was a bit like, yeah,
Oh, Man
yeah,
City underwhelmed me.
yeah.
Oh, but
But
yeah.
like I said, yeah, it happens to the best of us when you miss chances and stuff. You know, Cole Palmer missed the open goal the other day.
Yeah.
So it happens. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the defense, if they don't concede and that, and if they're going for like record least goals conceded and that,
Mm,
then that's the one that they got to get. But obviously, when you're conceding 3 to United and then 2 to Wolves and that, it's going to be tough. But even with that happening, I still feel like they'll have enough. They'll still be okay because City will drop points. And I've come to this realization. I want to tell the viewers because I haven't said this before, but I've come to the realization. Nah, I can't say it. Don't worry.
no, you do. What is that? That is a mad thing.
It's all right. Sorry, I apologize for
Okay,
the
I
yeah,
respect it. Keeping it classy. Cool. No
yeah,
worries.
real classy. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure. But we got on a lighter note.
Man, this
Boom,
mad right now. You know,
boom. Winners. JR, who's your winner of the week?
yeah.
Wolves. Wolves are the
Jesus.
Ow!
They didn't even
Wolves.
win. They didn't even win.
Nah. Wolves got
He
a
didn't even
valuable point,
win.
right? They won in the FA Cup, right? So
Yeah.
they got to be the winners of the week for me still.
As I am hearing it still. I'm gonna go with Pedro Neto
Okay.
because there was a point in time in the podcast when JR said that he's a fraud and that. And since that point, thank you, JR. He's actually been scoring some goals. I don't think the performances have been that great, but he's actually been scoring since that point. So I was like, raw. Cheers, JR, because that performance weren't great, but the goals are actually rolling. He scored some good goals against Hull as well, and you could say it was Hull, but he kind of played in the 10 a little bit, which I was kind of surprised about as well. I was like, raw, what's going on here? Didn't really think he had that in ya. So yeah, man, Pedro Neto, he got his match ball and that. It was a good performance from him. I was happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Trim.
Winners. I'm gonna give it to even though he's not a get out of jail player this season. I'm gonna give it to Mo Salah because he hasn't scored. Man scored a penalty, bro. He got a penalty, and I can imagine how that felt because he's so used to scoring. It's so natural for him. He actually had the game wasn't too bad, and he also created the penalty also. But mine would be Mo Salinho, and it was actually Calafiori that it was Calafiori that scored the own goal.
So the worst thing is I saw
Yeah,
that Trossard got injured and had to come off, and we brought him on. in the last few minutes.
It was a sub. Oh, that's
Yeah.
bad.
He got
Yeah,
injured. He
because he's
came
been
on.
injured.
Trossard
He's been
came
injured.
on, right?
He's your get
And
out of
then
jail
came
last
off.
year.
Yeah. Trossard came on and came off injured. And then Calafiori came on injured, brother, scoring OGs, you know.
That's good.
We thought OG was on the wrong seed. The OG's playing for the wrong side today.
Wait,
Yeah,
so hold
okay.
on. Let me just go back to the fraud watch, yeah? Because that real fraud watch is
Man,
Arsenal's
remix it. We can do
medical
that. Is that
department.
in the rules? Can we do, Kyra, hold on a minute. Are we able to remix it so that we can
I don't
bring it
know.
back?
To
Okay.
get like usually when they have the terms and conditions, I just scroll to the bottom and tick in it, which you
Let
shouldn't
me
do,
see
but
what
I
it
do it.
says.
So
Yeah.
same thing when I got my
Man's
don't
acting
trip
like someone
contract,
rubbed
yeah.
bricks in his eyes. You right, bro? Very good.
But yeah, so I'm going back because the Arsenal medical department, they need to have a look at themselves because Saka keeps getting injured, Havertz keep getting injured, Jesus got injured, everyone getting injured, blood. Trossard come on and off injured, nah, blood. Calafiori, who just came on, just come back from injury, and a lot of injuries going on. It's a good thing that your squad has depth and very good depth at that. So otherwise, you lot might not be first in the Champions League, and you might not be first in the Premier League. So as of right now, and even if Man City win, you'll still be first in the Premier League. So I think your medical department
That's
need to
how
have a
it
look
goes
at
with Premier
themselves
League.
because they're fumbling the league for you lot. And you don't want them to do that because you know what happens if they do that. So I'm
Bro,
saying the medical department need to have a look at
Bro,
themselves.
I don't even want to hear you no more. Let me just ask this question. JR, what if you don't? That's all I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. What if you don't?
What if we don't win the league?
What if we don't? What is gonna happen?
If we don't win the league, then
because-
I might shed eye water, you know. I might shed eye water. I'm not gonna lie. I might shed eye water. The only way that I won't shed eye water is if we win.
Yeah.
No, I will shed eye water. But the only way to feel better is if we win the Champions League and another cup. Like
And
that's the
one?
only way to feel better. But I will still, what's that?
And you don't think you can win. And so if you don't win the league,
I don't. But again, we've not lost
do
the
you
league
still
yet.
believe you can win the league right today?
Yeah,
After
so
today's
I'm not giving up on that. I'm not giving up on that. For me,
yeah, I respect you.
I knew we'd slip up. I just didn't think it would be against these guys. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think it'd be against these guys. Because the thing is if we went and got a draw against any top team, I'd have been like, fair enough, innit? That's drop points, but fair enough. We drew to the bottom team, and that's
So
the
you haven't
first
even
time
taken points from anyone either. Oh,
we've not dropped points to Wolves since 2021. Right? Not dropped any points. We've won every single game. Home and away, home and away, home and away.
do you get
And then
these?
boom.
Do you get notifications for these facts? By the way, just
yeah,
No, I just look at
yeah,
them.
a
Right?
serious guy,
I
man.
love
He's
it.
a
This
serious
guy
guy.
is so sick
And
at stats.
we actually had the longest streak of games against teams in the relegation zone, winning 14. The last 14, that's the longest streak of wins against the teams in the relegation zone. So
Bro.
we lost that today. So it don't matter. All those stats don't matter.
They are gonna get relegated. So they are just the wasted points. You're giving them points for no bumperclot reason. That's
But if I ought to be honest, right? In all fairness, right? We should be beating Wolves. But one thing I've noticed that they've become more difficult to beat recently. They've become more difficult to beat. Like they're just a bit more rugged. So the worst thing is they don't have enough in their attack to get out of the relegation zone, but they are defending enough to say, "Oh, we can get draw here, draw here, draw here, draw here." Now, in the grand scheme of things, right? It probably won't help us. Because the reality is one, they're not playing Man City. So even if we were like, oh, go on, Wolves, get a draw, they're not getting to get Man City. Two, there isn't anyone else who we would want them to take points for that would make it any
So
easier
that
for us.
you can tap it. Yeah, I get it.
So,
But
so really, well
yeah.
done, Wolves. Well done, Wolves. But we're pissed. We're pissed. We just, yeah. I don't know what's going on. Right. And the thing is like,
How do you think it even got there? How do you after? Because obviously we're doing the pod and all that, but you were still constant. There was a level of concentration on the actual game. How did
I
you?
didn't even know the game was on. I wish I
I did.
knew.
I did. I saw it on my phone. I saw that. You know, like you
I
see.
because the thing is I'm not gassing it. I'm not gassing the game until the game is done. Because the thing about when we play Wolves, when we played them at home, they were very difficult. And I'm like, why are these not trying to
They
play
ain't
ball
even
now?
got.
What's
They
going
ain't
on?
even got the Portuguese consortium. You know, like they had a
Yeah.
bag of Portuguese dons that
No,
were
but they
just
did. They got 3 of them in the January transfer. What are you talking about? They got the fake one. They got Gomez, who's not even Portuguese, but he's got a Portuguese name.
But it's Portuguese.
They got another couple Portuguese brothers. They got them on loan. And this is what I'm saying. Like they got them because they needed to make Wolves Portuguese again. And
So
since
hold
they
on.
made them Portuguese
Yeah.
again,
Wouldn't they be higher up the league? Because we are basing this. What you're saying, we can only base this on the result, I guess. No, we can't because they have been becoming harder to play. So
yeah.
but why
So
do
if
you
we
think?
look at their last 8 results, right? Or
Yeah.
six results. So Arsenal 2-2, Grimsby they won 1-0, Nottingham Forest 0-0. They lost to Chelsea 3-1. Some good goals in that game. They lost to Bournemouth, difficult game. They lost to Man City. But prior to that, they drew 0-0. They drew 0-0 to Newcastle, right? This is in January. They beat Shrewsbury. They drew 1-1 to Everton. They beat West Ham and they drew 1-1 to Man United. So you could see there's loads of draws in there. They pick it. It feels like the games that they're going to lose, they just lose. And the games that, and even Liverpool, the game before was Liverpool, in which Liverpool won 2-1. So again, this is where like the games are very, very close.
Yeah.
And they've got a few games in there where they lost, like Chelsea, Bournemouth, and Man City, but all the other games were close or they won. So again, Wolves are playing Liverpool in 3 games. They're playing Crystal Palace, then Aston Villa, then Liverpool. But we'll see. It doesn't benefit me, but it'll be interesting to see what they do, because they're probably thinking if we can get 12 draws before the end of the season, we might stay up.
Yeah. Is that what they do? And I think maybe less because those teams that are below aren't all gonna win all the games. They're not gonna win all the games. So yeah, who knows?
Come on, man. Let's get out of here, man.
Why, man? We just
cool. Yeah, we've been on here for a while. That's enough. I need to go and take a shot of something now because
from the back of the front.
Pardon?
Sorry.
Pardon?
BB's not here to say this back thing.
Pardon? I beg your pardon?
Last few weeks. But yeah, cool. I hear you, brother.
Time out. It's time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and ignore what Trim said is not what we typically do or say. We appreciate you listening. Take care and goodbye.
Thank you,
Peace.
Pete.